Good morning, everybody. All right, today, I got tagged, or the video I'm going to do today, I got tagged to do E.D.C Pocket Dump, Randall's Little Adventures. He tagged me, so recommend you guys, if you would, go to his channel and watch his videos. I like his channel. Been subscribed to it for quite a while now. Without further ado, we'll get into it. All right, guys, we're going to start off with some basics. Genuine leather belt. I like a good genuine leather belt. Keep them treated. They'll last for a very long time. Plus, I like having nice genuine leathers to strop my knife edges on. They usually always got some large piece of cotton used for a rag or potentially used to help with a wound. I'm not wearing it at the moment. Just clip-on sunglasses. I'm going to go ahead and put those on now. Kind of bright out today. And I'm not complaining. I'm actually kind of enjoying it. I hit my mic. I was just checking to make sure I didn't turn it off. All right. We have a pair of earplugs. All right. Now, I often carry, all the time actually, some washers and some nuts. And a small amount of change I usually always keep in my pocket, because you never know, you might need a quarter. An extra Bic lighter. And since I wear glasses, I got lens wipes, and I have a few sanitation wipes in here. These are soap towelettes for professional and hospital use. I got about 3 of those and 5 lens wipes. And this is a little turtle. It was a little memento from my daughter's birthday, and that's just kind of like a little morale thing. And of course, I have a slingshot, or a shepherd slingshot to be more specific. Kind of get this back in some kind of order here, real quick, guys. That way I don't bunch everything up and make a mess. Okay. And this is a diamond honing stone. It's a fine grit one. I put a piece of cordage on here and a key ring and a little clip where I can just hook it to my belt loops. And this is long enough it'll actually stick in my front pants pocket while it's clipped to my belt loop. So if I don't want to dangle or flopping around, I can literally just slide that into my pants pocket. Hairband. So I don't use it for my hair. I just wanted to have something in here in case I need something with some elastic. A large nail. All right. And I often carry something like Tic Tacs. This one I've been reused as a container. It's just got some mints and stuff. Just, have something pop in my mouth. All right. We have a tube of chapstick. Basic, simple, very handy for multiple uses. And a small tape measure. This one's a 10-foot one. I'm usually kind of, any random time, I'm kind of handyman and stuff. So I found this incredibly handy to be able to throw this in my pocket and not worry about not having one. Plus, there's some applications in bushcraft that I can use it for too, especially if you're making very, very specific projects. And this little guy here is a titanium pick. I may need to move closer for y'all. This thing is pretty small. Comes to quite an acute point, and you can flip it around and screw it into that. Got that off Amazon. I think maybe like in a 4-pack, if I'm not mistaken. It's a whistle, and this one has the hollow tube in it to store some stuff. All right, and this little guy. Now I put electrical tape. Oddly enough, like I'll try to show you my. You'll see duplicates. Now the pants I got on right now I have the duplicate of what I'm showing you now on this set, and I actually, even when I change my pants, I will load all this stuff back up on my pants and I'll hang them. So if ever, say I'm asleep and I have to get out, go do something on an emergency, I grab my pants, put my pants on, cinch the belt up. I've got my 95% of my E.D.C right on my pants, ready to go at a moment's notice. So, but I'll give you a close up of this too. This product's made by Zippo, and this is just a container for spare lighter fluid, and that goes hand in hand. I also got the Zippo case off of Amazon because I always carry a Zippo lighter. I've got many Zippo lighters and flints and wicks and you name it, just to keep them maintained. So I'm going to try to show you this without dropping them, hopefully. You can see inside there, I've got 2 spare flints underneath the cover there. So that way I can change the flint out if I need to while I'm out in the field. And of course, there's a practicality that there's multiple fuel types you can use in a Zippo lighter. All right, now lighting. Now this is a police security. It's a very cheap brand, aluminum housing. It's got the button, and I put a stronger ring on it and another small clasp here. That way I hook it right to the belt loop. And even on this pair of pants, get it off here. That same setup, though. It's got quite a larger one there. I just never got a smaller clip to put on it. Same flashlight. And I even have some the small mag lights. Take one AAA. And speaking of, this is a hollowed out, cleaned out old chapstick tube. Now that carries my spare battery, and the reason it's in this, see, it's been pulled out. I put the down in the would be the negative terminal, I think, down in first. That way that little nub don't stick out that hole. Then I cap it, and this will keep things from scuffing up and damaging the battery, or for it to be in contact with metal. That way it doesn't accidentally discharge that battery. All right, now moving on to some of the fun stuff. It's a Leatherman skeletal. It's a very basic, simple design. You got your screwdriver. It's got double-sided. Your 2 most common size. And right here in this little compartment built into the frame, your 2 most common sizes on flats. But outside that, you just got your pliers, wire cutters, and knife blade. This is not the original knife blade that came on there. My wife got me another knife that was made by Leatherman. Had this plain blade on it. These normally come with the serrated blade, which I don't care much for serrated blades. So the one I'd be carrying primarily, I wanted to switch over to this plain blade. So, and in here, if I can get them out, might need to borrow my. And this also has the belt clip and it has a pocket clip, plus you can use this as a bottle cap lifter. But I've got 2 neodymium magnets. They are very small but quite powerful, and I made sure I had one with a hole in it, that way in case I needed to thread a string through it and drop this down, maybe pick something up that I can't reach with my hand. So there's that. And it's been secured, well, not even really secured, it's just kind of been on there like the way I've got it for, good Lord, many years now, and I never lost them. So all right, this is the Ontario Rat 2, and it's in D2 steel. Pretty good knife. I've used this thing an immense amount of, and it's just kicking right along. And probably my most carried Victorinox. Shoot. To be honest with you, I can't rightly remember the name of this one. I don't know if it was a Farmer, but I wanted the one that had the awl, and I really like this awl design. It's fantastic. And of course, the saw on it. Those are 2 of the primary reasons I wanted that in that nice little package, which compensates for this not having a saw and an awl. And the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This was a gift from my wife on the day my daughter was born. So this knife has an epic amount of sentimental value to me. All right, now I'm going to have to get behind the table here a little bit. We'll get to the pockets. Bic lighter. Mechanical pencil. Sometimes I carry the Write in the Rain one. Write in the Rain pen. Sometimes I'll actually have some kind of marker, especially if I know I'm going to be working on anything. That way I can make marks on just about anything. We got even another Zippo lighter. And this is a honing stone, little pocket honing stone. A nice leather pouch in it, and inside of that we have a Band-Aid. Oh, and large, pin clip there. Yeah, that thing, words. And a 50-gallon water filter. And lastly but not least, got a neck knife. And this is pretty simple, cheap, affordable one, around 20-25 bucks. Bolts minimalist. It's a clip point design. I think they actually call it a Bowie, but yeah, it's a tiny neck knife. Got multiple neck knives. I kind of rotate out, as well as I often do with my belt knives. And that's one I think I saved for last. Yeah. Currently on this set, I've got this smaller Grow 121 D2 steel. And I like having a smaller one in case I'm going to go out in public. But this one here actually, always work. I never tuck my shirts. I don't like it. So this one usually get easy to even cover up with just a shirt that's not tucked. Now, often, if I'm not having that one, currently I'm carrying this one. And this is the 134 EF Grow. All right, so we'll try to adjust the camera here so you guys can actually see what's on the table in one shot. All right, guys, there you go. Now that's just my basic setup, what I walk out the door with every day. You know, if I'm wearing my clothes, even if I'm sitting in the house not doing nothing, this stuff is on me. And the reason for that has a lot to do with, if something happens on the fly, and I may not have time to grab anything and go. I want to have something like this that I could actually utilize to help myself out in a bad situation. Now, there's a contender I'm going to introduce. This little guy. Now, this may go for modifications. I wanted a little pry bar, but I didn't like what I saw in a lot of them. And fact is, I might use this somewhat as a template and make my own on the forge, because this little nail puller, that's great. But if I really want to use this, get into something and pry it open, especially if it's small and thin, basically what you do with metal like this, the second you put that hole in there, now the structural strength is limited to how thin the walls are. See down here at the bottom, how thin that is on each side. That's all the strength you have, and this thing could break far easier now. And I get it, I know the utility of it, but for an emergency survival kind of tool, I probably want something without the holes. And whereas I do like the way that's made, the head on that right there makes that hard to carry without this sticking out. So I may make one and probably eliminate that. But I do like the size factor of this. It's really light. And I've used it a little bit. You can see from the scuffings. And it's worked pretty good. So that may be something in the future coming too. So, well, guys, thank you for watching. I hope that was entertaining. Thank you, Randall, for the tag. And I will tag level 3 readiness. So you see this, bud? Let's see you do an E.D.C Pocket dump for everybody. I appreciate y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in their video.